I just finished reading A Song to Drown Rivers by Liang. Let's talk about it. This book is a historical fantasy inspired by the legend of Xixia, one of the great beauties of ancient China. It follows our main character, Xixia, whose beauty has allured the eyes of strangers ever since the day she was born. One day she is approached by a young military official who gives her the opportunity to use her beauty as a weapon against their rival kingdom. She is tasked with infiltrating the enemy palace and winning over the king who is responsible for the death of her young sister. By doing so, she hopes to avenge her sister and all others in her kingdom. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it a 4 stars. The writing was really beautiful and poetic, and it drew me in from the very first page. It dives into some really deep themes, including the idea that you are the hero of your own story, but a villain in somebody else's, which is a concept that I always find so fascinating, and I love fiction that dives into this. I thought it was done so well here, and Sisha's emotions throughout her journey felt very realistic. Once Sisha infiltrates her enemy's palace, she finds that the people who live there are not the vicious monsters that she has made them out to be in her mind for so long, but they are in fact just regular people who are on the opposite side of this war. I really love how the author explored Sisha's emotions throughout her journey. She never lost sight of her mission and the reason why she was there, but her feelings did grow more and more complicated as the story went on, and we got to witness her struggle within herself as she began to question the real meaning behind why she was there and why she was doing the things that she was doing. I really love how this book portrayed war and how there are good people and bad people on both sides, and it is just never a good thing for anyone. This book also included a really beautiful romance, and it really felt like the backbone of Sisha's journey. I will say that this book is classified as a historical fantasy, which I find a little odd as there was really no fantasy element within this story. I think maybe the reason it is classified like that is because of the inspiration that the author drew from ancient Chinese folklore, but I wouldn't go into this expecting a magical fantasy novel because it is definitely not that. It feels a lot more like a historical fiction that dives deep into Chinese culture and themes of war, but that did not deter my enjoyment of this story. I ended up really loving this book, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody who thinks that it sounds like something they would like.